Okay, so I've been asked to do question 4 in exercise 106 for year 10. We've got the square root of 27 over 3 square root 18. So what we can first do is have a look at any perfect squares that can be pulled out and simplified. So on the top I'm going to write that as 27 is 9 times 3. Why? Because 9 is a nice perfect square. And on the bottom, 9 times 2 is how I'm going to write the square root of 18. Why? Because 9 is a perfect square. Now why is that handy? Because when you do the square root of 9, it simplifies down to something that's not a third. So on the top I've got 3, which comes from the square root of 9. But I've also got the root 3 still left behind. See that square root of 3 left behind? That comes from there. On the bottom, I've got a 3 there already. The square root of 9, we know that's 3. And then this square root of 2, that's still there, that's going to be left behind, and I'm going to write it in there. So I can do a bit of cancelling. They're gone. And I'm left with root 3 on 3 root 2. But if you have a look at my options in the multiple choice, they've all got a rational denominator, so the next thing I have to do is rationalise this denominator so I can get it to match one of the options. So I'm going to make a smart choice about what I times top and bottom by. And the square root of 2 is a good choice because the square root of 2 squared is 2. And that's neat because that gets rid of my third in the denominator. So let's carry on. So on the top, root 3 times root 2, root 6. And on the bottom, don't forget this root 2 times root 2 is root 2 squared, which gives me 2. But there's also a 3 here on the bottom, so it's 3 times 2, which I can just simply write as 6.